Okay, here we are at the beginning of October of 1916. Two major events have occurred in September. First one, another big naval battle, and that basically took me 2 days to resolve. There's almost nothing left of the British Navy. Not a lot you can see here, but the stack's a lot smaller. German High Seas Fleet also took some serious damage on this. Somewhere I have casualties numbers on it. See if I can see this. So there's the casualty results in battleships, etc. I think we got about 30 British capital ships to about a little under 15 German capital ships went down. The majority of the German battle cruiser fleet is gone, and a lot of the old battleships went under, and a few new battleships for Germany. A lot of the British new battleships. This drove British national will all the way down below the 10 zone, which is where things get really risky. Whenever national will goes that low, there's a chance that the country can just collapse at that point, and it was a fairly good chance, like about 50-50, say. A little under that in this case, and that was even with the British submarine losses, which were high enough to give it significant penalties. But that's kind of one of the points in the game is once you start putting that kind of stress on a country, it's a total crapshoot whether or not the country goes down. So Britain was given a decent chance of just surrendering on this turn. No one else is in that kind of position right now. 1917 is going to be a little worse that way. 1918 gets a lot worse. And it essentially comes down to limiting the number of chances of that, but there are going to be some for anybody, so the game is always up in the air, even with the situation that we're seeing right now. Now, the Western Front might be calling off the French offensive at this point, but as of right now, they're still continuing. The Italian offensive failed, but they're continuing pressure on the Austrians just to cause attrition damage. They made an attack this time directly to the east. The Swiss continued to kill off their troops in the mountains on fruitless assaults. All of this is in an attempt to bring the German troop strength low enough that maybe a breakthrough could happen. Over on the East Front, the Russian offensive still hasn't stopped. They're besieging Przemysl. They may just make an assault on it at this point to try to get the big win out of an offensive success, because they've gained the ground already. They just have to take Przemysl before the year ends. And there's really only a couple of turns, so it might be worth their while to attack now, although there's advantages to keeping the offensive going. The German offensive got pulled back. The most interesting place that things happened was down in the Balkans. What we see here, the Romanians did a little bit of attacking and drove the Bulgarians back a little bit, and the Serbs did the same to the Austrians. And now we got this gaping hole with Belgrade in the middle, heading all the way up into Hungary, and that really looks very ugly. There just aren't quite the troops to stretch across there, and even if they do stretch across, they can't hold it. So it's a situation where as long as England's able to stay in the war, things are going to look pretty damn ugly for the Central Powers. If those English armies, and that's two English armies devoted into the Balkans, and then of course another two sitting attacking in Turkey. If those went away, things would change a great deal in terms of the Balkan front. It would be very hard to hold that line in southern Serbia and on Greece without those English troops in the center there. which would, of course, free things up for facing the Romanians. Also, over here in Turkey, we're seeing the Turkish Third Army now under no leader, being pushed back by I can't pronounce his name. Yudanovic's 10th Army. It was shocking how well the Third Army did for so long. Turkey's usually not able to hold up that well. But let's see what happens. I'll be back later.